Okay, what's going on, y'all? So today we're here to talk about episode 3 of Wicked City, which is at this point the most recent episode. Y'all, this episode was amazing. Like, I cannot begin to explain to you how good this episode was. Like, my entire family was hooked. That is how good this episode was. This is gonna be a shorter review.
Yeah, when I said short review, I didn't think it was going to be this short. Literally, when I went back and looked at it, I was like, God, dog. So just stick with me.
But y'all need to go back and watch the episode. Like, genuinely, y'all need to go back and watch it because it is, you will be entranced with the story. So basically, the overall thing of this story is that Mona, of course, we're still dealing with the aftermath of her coming back from the dead. She's not really feeling herself. Her attitude is different. She doesn't really feel like herself anymore. She kind of feels like completely different. She's worried that she's messed up. Camille is also trying to actively use magic and has not been able to do so, and so she feels like maybe she doesn't actually have any magic, but Jordan is like, no baby, I can feel it. You got some magic welled up in you. But my biggest thing is with Mona and her powers. So Mona's powers are like all over the place at this point. Her powers are not working properly. She can't really use them like that. She can use them at will, but sometimes they don't work. And then sometimes she can be sitting at the computer, and next thing she knows, it'll go completely wonky. So she's kind of like short-circuiting a little bit. On the other side of wherever Claudette is getting ready to head out so she can head to Atlanta to go find out where that death magic came from, because that's her next big project, is figuring that out. Baby, and then we get back to Tabitha. Tabitha hates Camille. It's not even just that Tabitha doesn't like Camille or she's just being shady or petty. Tabitha cannot stand this woman. And even Jordan was like, girl, calm down. Camille came to meet Jordan so they could go get something to eat or something like that. And Tabitha was like, I don't pay you to help non-paying customers. I'm sorry, Camille. It just seems that whenever you come in here, you don't buy anything. Why are we shading it all today? What is going on, Tabitha? And then we also find out that Caden is actually following all the girls. Or is it just Camille? I can't remember if she's following all the girls or just Camille. But I know for sure she's following Camille. So keep that in the back of your mind. Oh, and my girl Caden can turn invisible. I don't know. I think because I asked when they had the clubhouse, I think they said that turning invisible is her innate ability. It's not like a spell she's using. It's what she can actually do. I love that. I love invisibility. I just love that concept. Claudette finds out that Caden, and from her associate, because her associate has had some people doing some research or whatever, and so she finds out that Tabitha and Caden are together, and she's like, oh, you making this too easy for me. So we don't know what her plan is, but now she's trying to get to where both of them are. And at the same time, Mona, who is already going through all this stuff, as we already discussed, is starting to shut Angela out. She's not giving her the same level of affection or attention or care. She's really honestly kind of avoiding her and just being a jerk to her. So they go to the bar. They go to this bar. And that's where Mona is working. And so again, Mona is shutting Angela out. And Sherise starts talking about wanting to find a man who accepts her but doesn't want to change her, and he's gonna give her money. It's Sherise was going on and on. And everybody was like, okay, so you want Taj. Taj was her friend from before. And she was like, no. And she's like, they're like, yeah, you want Taj. And she's like, no, me and Taj just friends. And she is not hearing any talk about the two of them being together in the least bit. And I'm like, Sherise, baby, you got this good looking man that's right there. Come on. And so in the same scene with the when they're in the bar, everything just goes completely crazy. The lights start flickering, everything is just going insane. Mona can't make any of it stop. She's freaked out. Everyone else is just kind of sitting there like, okay, what's happening here? It, like, that scene did a really good job of showing that Mona is losing it. So in the same episode, the bathroom scene, when Sherise and Taj are in there making whoopee, baby, it was hot. Do you understand me? Hot. And but she like offends him by saying that she needs a man that's on her level, and he's like, oh, so just forget about me, huh? It was like, oh, not Taj. Don't do Taj like that, Sherise. So in the same episode, Mona, Camille comes over to the house, and Jordan is just sitting there chilling, and like all the lights are going insane. And so she's like, where's Mona? Mind you, at this point, I don't even know how I forgot to tell y'all this. At this point, a demon, I think they call it a wraith, has taken over Mona completely. Like, the wraith is Mona at this point. And so, when Camille comes to the house, Jordan says like, yeah, Camille brought this guy home. Jordan says that Mona brought this guy home from class. They go in there. Mona is, the wraith in Mona's body is like giving it to this man, but also taking his life energy. And so when Camille tries to go stop her, she gets electrocuted, and the symbols on her arm start to glow, and Jordan can now see them. And so Jordan starts to kind of like outline them, and her and Sherise realize that it's a binding spell to bind whatever power she has. And so, mind you, Sherise hates Camille. Like, Sherise wants Camille gone. Sherise does not trust Camille. She wants to leave the powers bound because she doesn't understand why they were bound in the first place. And she's like, it's best that we just leave that alone. So, as the wraith is taking over Mona more and more, they realize that to get the demon out of her, they're going to have to use a spell, but they don't have that kind of magic. And so everyone's like, we have to unbind Camille's powers, because the unbinding spell is like simply, it's fairly simple. And so they're like, we have to unbind Camille, but Camille and Sherise are both like, no, we don't need to do that because we don't know why these powers were bound in the first place. And so eventually they decide to go ahead and do it. Caden gets there like right when they're about to start doing it, and she's like, no, y'all don't know what y'all doing. And so they unbind Camille's powers, and like as they start to unbind her powers, this like black aura comes around her. I don't even know how to describe it, but it's like this black aura, black essence, and it comes around her, and she starts getting this like wicked look on her face. Like she starts looking like she's turning evil almost. And so the power comes completely out. Like she knocks everyone back when it comes completely out, including Caden, knocks everyone down. And then she takes the wraith out of Mona and vanquishes it on her own. And not just vanquishes like, oh, boom. It was like she was saying a spell, and the thing was lighting up from the inside like lava, and then it exploded. And I was like, oh my God. And so now we don't know where this great power has come from. And so when all of this happens, so what's interesting is that after all this happens, Claudette is getting ready to go, and she it's like, and she's, because bless her heart, she overacts a little bit. And so she like grabs at her, I said her womb. It looked like she was grabbing her womb to me. And she like grabs and she's like, she's alive. And I was like, what do you mean she's alive? What does that mean? And so it was very interesting, because now I want to know. Okay. So let me just get into my real little review of the episode. So genuinely what I'm interested to know now is Claudette actually Camille's mama? Because that's what it's giving. It's giving low-key Claudette birthed this girl from her womb. But my personal little theory is that Claudette like hid away some of her magic in Camille. I don't know if Camille is her daughter or not, but I personally feel like Claudette like hid some of her magic away, and like that's why Camille's mama ended up taking her because she knew what Claudette had done, and she didn't want her to have access to it because the council took Claudette's magic. So what if she was trying to like have a little piece of it, you know, squirreled away for later? But anyway, that's just kind of my little theory. This episode was good. I think they did a really good job of adding a little bit of spice to Mona and Angela's relationship. Overall, the episode was amazing. I love the fact that Camille is actively trying to use magic. I just love it. It's a great episode. I know this particular review is gonna be a little bit shorter, but I mean, the episode is just that good. Like, I don't really have much to say. I really think that you would benefit from going to watch it yourself and just seeing what all they put into it. So with that being said, I am going to go ahead, call this a wrap. Yes, this is a very short review, but watch the episode and let me know what you think about it. Comment below or hit me on my socials and we will talk about it later. All right, y'all. Bye.